Okay.
Okay.
Actually, when I click on share, it's coming to the screen and I don't know.
Okay, so I think Brehan also, she said that she tried it out, but the path that you said should be till only Firefox. It's tier firefox.exe. Just try it on
Oh,
your end.
okay, okay.
As per the link, means as per the comment that issue that was shared, it should be till firefox.exe only.
Okay,
Okay,
Satish, I'll try it and I'll tell you. Yeah.
right. Okay. Mm. Okay then. Yeah, I'm just sharing now. I'm just Deepthi, I'm just taking control. I don't know whether you started sharing or not. Okay. See. Okay. So it should be till firefox.exe and just make sure of this folder. Okay. It won't be same in your file in your system. If it is different, just navigate to the different folder only. Remember that. These two things you should remember till firefox.exe and make sure that this folder is correct. Fine,
Oh,
Deepthi?
okay, Satish. Okay, Satish.
Yeah. Brahan, did you try with the same folder structure that you have in your system for till firefox.exe?
I tried both ways. I tried till bin, I tried till bin, and then into firefox.exe. I tried that, and
And one more thing is when you set up the environment variables, you need to restart your PC. Did you do that?
yeah, I did that also. And in Eclipse, also I set the build path. In the build path.
See, that is not the issue here, I think. Okay, that is if you have set the build path, I think that won't be the issue.
Yeah. So no, I set it up somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, but basically both didn't work.
Okay. 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 Deepthi, try it on your end, okay, once. And one more thing is for the hands. See, Brahan, this is supported versions for now. Means by looking at a short, if you want to understand, these are the supporting versions for Selenium 3.11, Firefox 59.0.2, and GeoDriver is this one. But let me you just I think you did you see this page?
Yeah, I remember seeing this page, but I wasn't sure if it supports Windows 10.
No, it is. I think it supports. Okay, and let's see. This has each and every step by step of procedure. So step 1. 2, 3, 4. So it is in a sequence of steps. Just go with this, okay? I'll just share this, and I'll also try from my end. But
Sure. Yeah.
we'll see. I'm posting it in the chat. You can take it from there, Brehan, now. So we shall see how it will go.
Okay, Satish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I don't know whether my system will support or not.
Okay. What version of Windows is
7.
your?
7.
Yeah, 7 is at least under control.
Yeah, 7 is under control. And why the versions which I recommend is still we are using in our org. So that is why I did not get any such setup issues from my previous batches also. Anyhow, that is good. I will be learning something, you will also be learning. Okay. Two things. Okay, and I did not send mails on this. I'll just share. I still need to. I'll be sending this one. By next class, I'll be setting up this. Okay. So other than this, Rehan and Deepthi, Priya and Surek, any concerns or any questions? Are you facing any problems with installation?
I haven't started working on that, Satish. I will work on it tomorrow.
Okay, okay, Priya. And Sureka?
This is Sureka.
Yeah, yes, Sureka.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one was Sureka. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Priya. Actually, I don't have any issues with the software and everything. But yesterday I couldn't try whatever we did it yesterday. So this weekend I will do it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that will be good.
Priya, if you don't mind, what is your OS version?
It's Windows 7.
My OS version is Windows 10, and I didn't understand what you discussed before. What are you guys discussing on what issue you are discussing?
Okay. So yesterday I'll just open my mail. So yesterday I think Deepthi came up with one question on she's not able to set up this.
Yesterday I joined a little bit late, so I think I missed it.
Okay.
As you do that, Satish, one more question.
Yeah.
I saw on one of the websites that the VM has to be set under arguments. So, did you come across any of that kind?
Yeah, I saw it, but VM something they're setting. Yes, I saw that, but I did not look into it because I felt that which I got, I shared it to you. I felt it will provide the solution. That is why I did not go any further.
Oh, okay. But just in case it doesn't
because
work.
See, the only thing is it is just a compatibility issue. So after 40 means after this was Selenium 3 and after this Mozilla 47th version, so they have come up with a Geo drive they gave, Geo GK drive they came up with. So if that is the case, then for any, because when Windows, if you upgrade also, they'll be using the latest versions only, right? So I think it will work for sure, but let me try. I won't confirm on my statement.
Okay.
But let me try. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dragon. And coming to Sureka's question, where is it? So this was the issue that Deepthi was facing. So it is cannot find Firefox binary in path. This was the issue. So I asked her to set the path in Firefox path in this environment variable named path. Okay. So we shall see if she tries out, and I think this will solve the problem, but there are so many conflicts with the Brahan statement. We shall see. Okay. And Brahan was facing another issue, some compatibility issue, since Windows system is Windows 10, and I request Priya.
Also Windows 10. That's
so
why I'm asking.
you are able to. You are facing any install setup issues? Means the versions which I told, are they working for you?
Yeah, you helped me on installation, right, Satish?
Yeah, that I did, but
installed Eclipse and Firefox version 46, I think.
Yeah, that you did. But after that, did you try to write come with any program?
I have executed some programs like reverse of a string and
no, not that. Okay, that is fine. But see, the point is here is, 1 minute, I'll just show you. See, write this part of the code, that's all, only this part.
Yeah,
Initialize,
I
initialize a
did
driver, yeah,
I did
initialize a driver
Uh-huh.
and write only these two lines, one line
Okay. Uh-huh.
and second line.
Okay.
That you need to do in main. Just try out these two lines. If they are working, just let us know. Okay, it will
Okay,
help.
sure.
It will be helpful for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, sure. I will let you know in the next class.
Why next class? 2 lines of code. You can do it now, no? If you
No, because my system is affected with virus, so I can't do anything in my system. So I logged in another system.
okay, then no
Yeah,
problem.
that's what my problem. Some days I'm not working.
Okay, no problem. Then just try it out and come up with come up by your Mondays. We shall see.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then. Any other things? Anyone? We shall continue. Okay, then. I'm just starting. These sort of things. I'm just closing all this, okay?
One last one.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry. There is this Windows 32 and Windows 64. Mine is a 64-bit.
Yeah.
So I cannot install 32, right? Which means it will miss some of the functions.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, thank you.
You should have 64. If we use it 64. Okay. So yesterday I told that just click on submit and you get the error. So that is, see, as I gave one scenario yesterday. So enter some values in the name, some values in the email, and some values in contact, and just click on submit. And I ask you to get this errors. Okay, I ask you to get this errors. So this is very important because see, when you're doing manual testing, that is what we do. Actually, as a tester, we need to verify all the scenarios. So one of the positive scenarios, entering all the values and clicking on submit. Yes, that is a positive scenario. And coming to some negative scenarios, you need to test all whether, see, if you see that name is mandatory, email is mandatory, contact is mandatory, mode of training is also mandatory, and course is also. So you need to test this functionality for each and every field to check whether the mandatory condition is satisfied or not. So this will be one of the scenarios that we'll be doing. And in such cases, you need to have condition at each level. So I'll just tell you, means you need to write this part of the code for every verification that you're doing. So there are many ways of doing this, but the most effective way is I'm showing you. Okay, so now this is our scenario. Okay, now first thing is we enter 3 values here. 3 values will be displayed here. After that I need to click on submit. I'm just automating that scenario which I gave you as an assignment yesterday. Okay, I'm just going to F12. When I do F12, I'll be getting this. I'm going to, I need to click on submit. So here is one thing, and now see one of the method that I'll be coming with. So I have shown you this already, but I'll take that. See, if you see this, tag name is input. Now I won't go with, see, okay, better. Since this is ID, we shall go with ID itself. But there is one more way. Why I thought of saying is, see, I'll just copy this. So I just tried out for the paths, but I did not find Firefox path in mine also, but it is working fine. I don't know why. Okay, so I just copied the property means that ID here. I'm just minimizing, going to Eclipse. Okay, driver dot find element by dot ID. What is the string that I had? This is a string. Yes. And what I need to do that on that is dot click. Okay, I will click submit. Okay, this will work, but I want to show you one thing, one way of identifying XPath. Okay, so what I have come up with when I just highlighted here, I got a dot followed by a star or 2 slashes and star, right? So if you want to have a customized XPath, just remove the dot, remove the star, and before the star, you when the location where you remove the star, put the tag which is highlighted, that is input. Okay.
Sorry, it's input.
Yeah. Okay. And now what you need to do is, since this is ID, I prefer taking ID. But if suppose if it is not an ID and if you're getting some value, just remove the content in that. And this button which you are referring to has an text in it, submit. You have, right? So
Yes.
just copy that as is. Okay. Where it is.
Last one. Word.
Control C. And right like text. If you have text, this is the best way. Okay. Because why this is the best way? Because 1 minute. Input text. Okay, we shall see. Why this is best way of getting the text value is because, see, if the suppose tomorrow they change this icon from here to they put it on somewhere above that, then that is also then also you'll be able to click on the object without any issues. So getting the values object properties using text is good. In case you don't have an ID, again for every path or whichever path which I told, I am going to tell you about contents or anything. Just remember that I am telling this because there is no ID there. Okay, just remember that. If there is ID, use ID only first. If there is no ID, use, if there is an inline text, you use text. After that, you can use any other methods.
Would that be case sensitive?
Yeah, I think, but that value that they gave here is, it will be case sensitive 100%, but the value they gave here is small submit and means with small letters in small case, and this is not working. We shall see.
Maybe
There is
It
some
is
more
valid,
here.
right?
Wait
You
1 minute.
You are finding the text, right? Yeah. That
Yes.
is valid, right? Is the value and text are the both same?
Yes, I think.
Here there is one more, like type is also valid. Submit the first one.
Where is it? What you're saying? Type.
Yeah. Do we need to take this one?
But one more input here, one more thing is, since it is a button, it should be, see, we are saying it as input. This as input, right? It should not be, basically it won't be of input because it is not an edit field. It is a button, so it should be a button here. But I don't know how the developers develop this. But I'm just seeing.
They mentioned it, right? When
What?
they have input, after that they said GForm submit button file.
No, actually tag name also will be a button. This is okay. This is okay. But tag name also will be a button. Add button submit. Okay, I'll just try it out. Only one option is here. And for text, you no need to write as Here for class, when you give, you need to write at. But for text, when you're searching for text, you don't need to give as at. Singing codes. But I think this, I don't know. No, not working. Anyhow, just leave this, but remember the format. Okay. Input text is equals to text to open brace and close brace is equals to single quote the value. But I don't know why it is not working. And also, if you see some more conditions here,
Can
if
you
see,
try with the uppercase S, please?
yeah, sure. I tried it out, but it did not
Okay.
come.
Yeah, the first time you did. Okay.
If this is not working, again you need to come with the path from the start. Means some above tabs, you need to come slowly into this. Okay, that is how you need to do. There is no option then. Most of your time means the skill of a automation engineer will depend on getting the XPath from. Logic anyone will do. Okay. See this caps is also not working. Anyhow, no problem. We have the object now for this. If you don't have the object, just navigate from above. Navigate from form or form div of 3 and slash input. So get some path like that. Now I clicked on this. After clicking, I'll just wait for some time. Some 2 seconds I'll wait. Why this wait? Because sometimes after submitting it will take anyhow at least 1 second it will take. So I'm just waiting for 2 seconds now. And after that, see, now your scenario is to verify the error condition for when you did not enter a course. Okay. First I'll see ID. I have ID again here. So I'll go with this ID. So now see how my scenario should be. I should find this one error and I should find another error is at the course. Okay. So we shall see about this. This is also having error. So my code will be like this. See. Is displayed. So I'll check whether this is displayed. Okay, what is this error? Okay, fine. So we can do it two ways, but one direct shot is initialize a boolean. And what I did previously was I took this element. If I remove E is displayed, it will work fine. So my previous statement will work because I'm just assigning a web element and then I'll be verifying it for whether it exists or not. But this will reduce one line of code. So what I'm doing is this element, the error we got, whether it is displayed or not, I'm checking. Okay. If error one, if this exists equals to true as well. If this is true, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check for another error. Before that, I'll make a statement here, like if this is true, I'm just making a statement like error at the header is displayed and its value is see why I'm doing this is it is very needed for our tracking purpose. I'll tell you it. In real time, we need to write in the same way. So even it is some repetitive process, but I'll tell you. Let me complete this, then I'll tell you why I'm doing this. ID I'm searching for, and in this ID, what I want is dot get text. I'm just giving a semicolon and okay. If suppose I'm verifying like if this exists, then that error came and the error is this one. I'm just printing. After that, else, if suppose this did not come, then again error was not seen and test case is failed. Okay. I'm just saying this. If suppose this error doesn't come, then it is a failure of test case. I just pass the statement over there. Okay. Now, after this error coming, we need to verify this also, this error also. So how you need to verify? We need to verify in this only. One more thing. This is one. There are two scenarios here. So how many scenarios you need to in how many scenarios you will be verifying this error message and this error message. So one scenario is you may be getting at the header and you may be getting at the bottom at the course level. You need to verify two. So one way of verifying is you need to verify at the one way of getting the output is you may get at the header, you may get at the label level. Sometimes you may get at this place and you may not get here. and sometimes you may get here, but you may not get there. Sometimes you may not get at both the places. So when you're writing code also, you need to check for all these conditions and then write in our scenario. This is completely for our scenario. Okay. So understand all these scenarios and then we need to work on this.
Satish, if we didn't give email ID, then the message will come at email ID, right?
Correct. Correct. But that time the object will be different, man. Object which you are identifying here, if I tell F12 and if I identify the object, this object won't be here, it will be here. It means this test case which you are automating won't work for this error. Okay. Now what I did is I verify whether it is true. If it is true, I'm just making it as and passing that it is exists. And if it is not there, I'm filling the test case. Now, if it is true, again I'm just verifying whether it is here or not. Okay. So one best thing I can suggest here is okay, I do nothing this complex. One best thing I can suggest here is I'll write one method for verifying the error at this location itself. Okay. So complex void. I want and one more thing is remembering why I am writing a separate method here is see this error you need to verify for 4 scenarios from now which from the statement I just gave. So for 4 scenarios there will be a repetitive of code. When you're writing your code, if you have to repeat a particular set of code even for more than 3 or 3 plus times, 3 minimum of 3 or 3 plus times, have a method for it. Okay, remember this. So it is not recommended to have more repetitive code. So if I do that, I need to repeat this code in if and else also I need to repeat. Okay, so for this, I'm coming up with the code. So what is this code is? We shall see. Now we'll be getting this object. Okay. Meantime, if you don't mind, I want to just complete the select statement also. It is. I'll just be it very quick. Okay. Because if you these scenarios you can anyhow, if you know how to work on each and every field, you will know how to automate. But these things you need to select. So how to select a drop down value, that is what I'm just telling. Don't feel that I just broke down between the scenario, but this is more important than that. First I had to cover this. I should have covered this. Okay, select. See, one more thing is when you're doing this importing the statements, be very careful. You should know what you need to import. Okay. Okay, I understand. See, you're finding IDs in this application, but it generally doesn't happen. Okay. After this, I'll come to the scenario. You don't. I want classroom trainings. Okay. So for me, classroom trainings is select by visible text. You can do select by index. If you want to give index 0, 1, 2, 3, how many drop downs you have starting from 0, you can give that index value. Select by value. Select by visible text I'm giving. What is the visible text is this one. Okay. And one more thing is one more need you have is getting the verifying the drop down default value of the drop down box. So one of the scenarios you'll be facing in real time. Dot. So for that you will be having method get first selected option, this one. So this will return the default drop down value. Okay, remember this. Okay, now what I did, I enter these 3 values. This is for the select statement, and I clicked on submit, and I verified whether it is true or not. I mean, so I verify whether the error I got or not. If I got the error, I am just getting the text and displaying. If I did not get the error, I'm filling the test case. Now I'm verifying for the second one, the same second one.
For other 2 options also, we need to repeat the code again in the drop-down box.
For this other 2 options, if you are selecting,
Yeah.
yes, 100%.
So we need to repeat the code again.
Yes, correct.
There itself?
Yeah, tell me.
Or is it like you have to enter the other 2 options there, or is it like any if code or anything like that?
I did not get
because
it.
those 3 are options, right?
Yes,
Only
yes.
one will be selected.
Yes, correct.
Here we entered 1, that's fine. If we mention the other 2 also there, so it will check for all the 3.
Okay. If you mention, see the same thing, if you mention it here, again at the bottom you're saying, right? Ramit, I'll tell you if I'm telling your questions correct or not.
Here we selected classroom training, right?
Yes.
The other one, there are 3 options, right?
Yes.
You have to mention the other 2 also there.
No. You should not mention.
Oh.
If you mention these 3, then which you are telling this Selenium to select?
Yeah, that's what I want. Like, is there any if condition we have to put or anything?
No. Once just think it general way. There is no need of any if condition or nothing. Now my scenario is, I should have told scenario first. Okay. Now my scenario is, I'll enter the name, email, contact, and I want only classroom training, and my nearest location is Hyderabad. Course is this one, and I'll submit. Okay. Now in my scenario, which I told, there will be only one option that will be selecting at a time. At one moment of time, I'll be selecting only one option. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why I gave only one here. If you have another scenario for online training, that will be in another test case. There you need to give online classes.
Okay.
Now, when someone asks whether this is a repetitive code, yes, it is a repetitive code, and you need to write it everywhere. So, in future, okay, anyhow, no one is done with the setup. I don't want to give any assignment now, but when we are doing with projects, dealing with the projects now, we'll be making this select statement as one class, as one method, and we'll be using it directly. Yeah, I told right. See, any code we are repeating more than 3 times, then make it into a method. Yes, we'll make it as a method, and we'll try to get the information in one single line of code. Okay. Anyhow, that's said. Where are we? Yeah, that's 12. After this, okay, I think this will work, but we shall see. I'm just verifying whether this element exists or not. If it is displayed, I'm checking whether it is true or not. If it is displayed, what I need to do is
get it.
Yes, I need to get the text and I need to say that this is false. I'll be saying that. I need to get the text before, sorry. See, in interviews, when you go, all these questions will come. How to get the text and everything. Find
Capital E.
I'm sorry. So when you go to interviews, these methods are very important, very much important. Okay. So since when we are working on this Selenium, we'll be just clicking on dot and we'll be just selecting some value for us. but we need to know how to, which value we are selecting also, because interviews, it is not easy. We'll just forget it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Else spelling mistake.
Okay. I'm sorry for this typos. Okay. Now this is a method. This method I need to call it over here. I'm making it more real time display. Okay. So when this error is there, even if this error at the header is not there, also there are chances of we are getting the below error. So we need to verify this.
Why can't we put it outside the if? Anyways, we have to check that, right?
Outside which if? This one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, I want to verify a scenario where we did not get this error and where we got this internal error. So if I put out of this if, that is fine. But the thing is, what will happen is you won't get any confirmation whether this is this failed means. You won't get an message to the report that the top error is not there. Means the above error which is not there, you need to send that to the report, right? See, I'll just tell you.
No, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. So that is why I'm saying this if and else.
It will come, right? See, if error 1 is false, then it will come to the else portion and anyways print it. And then it will be like, I'm just trying to save a line of code, that's all.
Okay, where you are trying to save, just tell me.
Yeah, this error at field level, if you can call it outside the bracket.
This if else bracket, huh?
Yeah, out of the if, correct.
Okay.
So it will be just once. Anyways, whether it is true or false, you are going to call this function. Or the method.
So you're saying that these two lines we can put it at the bottom, you're saying?
No, not the two lines, just the error at the field level method only to tell.
Okay.
We are using this one in if condition and else condition, right? Same method.
Yes.
In whatever condition, this method runs.
Okay, wait. I'll think of the scenario. Correct. 1 minute. This is a scenario you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute. If that fails, it will make a statement and then come. Okay, now your scenario. Okay, now what you do is, if it passes, also it will come there. Yeah, I think this will work. But think of other scenarios. 1 minute. We should think of scenarios. Okay. So one is when this above error is there, then you're going and verifying that above error. No, wait, we shall verify here only. When this is there, you're going and verifying this one. If this is also there, you'll print a statement and come out. And where you will come out? Okay, you'll come out here. Okay, finish. And another scenario is this is there, and when you verify this, this is not there. After that, you come out. Okay. Then yours is more efficient. Okay, you can comment these two also. You can comment at 2 locations. Here also you can comment, but I still need some research on this. Means I need to still analyze, but I agree now. For now, I agree. So we can comment at these 2 locations, and anyhow, since it is going to come out here, it will execute this part. Fine. Okay. All the 4 will be covered. Yes, all the 4 will be covered. Correct. Now, one more thing what you can do here is this part of the code, you can make it as another method, and you can just call these 2 methods into this method, this main method. I mean main means enrolling training method. Okay, so that also you can do. So basically try to design more methods and use those methods. So this is one scenario, one nice scenario. Okay, and again I'll be going with, see, there are some more things that I need to cover. So I thought of covering drag and drop option also today, but so one more is drag and drop option I'll be covering tomorrow. Means I mean coming Tuesday. Radio buttons and checkbox also I'll be covering. Yeah, mouse over I have it right away, but means I have the scenarios also. See, mouse over icons. There are different types of mouse over icons. One is, see, when you should click on this, but for some scenarios when you just hover on this, you should not click. Okay, you should just hover on this. So that time after that you need to click on this. So this is one UI related. This is most usually in this UI world now. Many applications are using this type of UI. So this one also we need to handle. So that I'll be telling. It comes under, it is not exactly the what I have written here, mouse over actions, but it comes under the same category. I'll be covering that. Web tables I have. So these are the things I'll be just handling slowly. Okay. After that we have keyboard events. This is one of the important things. Implicit important interview question, capturing the screenshots, WebDriver commands. So specifically for WebDriver commands, I won't be covering, means whenever I cover any of these things, I'll be telling other commands and everything, methods there. But specifically for this, I won't cover. It is as part of the above things. Okay. So finally, this will be very important. Very, very important. So interview questions you will definitely get. If you say that you are, means I am telling you about the data-driven framework using page object model of Selenium version. Means in Selenium I told there are different things, right? This I am using page object model, and it is a data-driven framework. So for a data-driven framework, what the definition of data-driven framework is? Data-driven. What the definition of data-driven is? Testing with various samples of data. So if you have various samples of data, then you need to maintain the data at some location. So for us, the location where we maintain our data is Excel. Okay. If you say data driven and if you say that you are using Excel, then you will be asked to write the code.
Do we test with the database directly?
Database, we can test. But
is something common?
Something?
Is that something common, or Excel is the most commonly used?
Excel is the most important thing. Database, I am just telling you, in 930 some plus test case we have in our application. So the test case related to database are only 10.
Okay.
You no need to worry about that much thing. And also, since the environment once the same method, I'm just again, we have one method. Even for that 10 test cases, we have only one method. We'll be calling that method whenever we need, and when we need a database connection, we'll be getting the data. That's all. Okay. Database and Unix also, these are small things. Means not small things, it is big things only, but very rarely used. So one thing, if you if you want to confirm on my statement, see whether Satish is telling correctly or not, just think of, if you have worked on this real-time problem, means if you worked on in any company, think of any scenario, how many times you visited the database for testing. Because manual test cases are only converted into automation test cases. So manually, how many times you have contacted the database to verify something, just think of it. Then you'll understand that what my statement is correct. What I made is the statement which I made is correct. So you don't have to worry about that. But I can't say like 100% correct, because there are some applications which need database testing itself. Only database testing is needed. In that cases, I can't assure you. But any other applications, 100% will have very, very less scenarios.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions? Yeah, Brahan and Deepthi just try it out, and Sureka, you also just try it out in your PC, because if it works in your PC, it will be helpful for Brahan. And
yeah, actually, Satish, I think I have 62-bit and I downloaded Firefox 32-bit. I think that's why the error is coming. I think.
Deepthi, is it Deepthi?
Yeah, I'm Deepthi. Yeah, I'm Deepthi.
Okay, then fine. Happy that you found
So
it.
that
Means it will, anyhow, you will develop it, means you'll understand. Anyhow, good thing.
yeah, that's what.
Okay, just try it out.
Okay, Satish.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you go to the code once?
Okay.
Yeah. You have written method for identifying the error in the codes, right? Here.
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
So how can be used for another validations like email, phone, and all?
It can't.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you identified only in the course, right, element?
Yes, correct.
So how can be it used in email, phone, and the name?
Okay, good question. So first thing is, this code which I wrote, it won't be used for, you won't be able to use for other options.
Yeah.
But
so we write only methods for repetition, right? So how? Yeah. Okay.
Anyhow, that is why I told it is a good question. See, now we have written method only for course. So in this part of the code, if suppose email changes or name changes or any other changes, what will be changing? Only
ID.
Web element. Web element will be changing. Means the location of the error will be changing.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is, you need to accept a parameter.
Okay.
You accept a parameter here. Because since we wrote here, it will again ask for the return type. No. Accept a parameter here, and whenever you're calling this method, just use the element name. So just pass the again it will give another error now. So just pass the element name, and you call this method. So this will automatically take that element name, and it will return it again. So instead of void, make it as, if you want to return this, just return, return true or false, you can say boolean, you can return. No, it is not about verifying whether the object exists or not, right? So put it as just void. Yeah, just put it as void, and then just run it. It will work. Okay.
So what we will specify in Boolean error 2 or something?
No need to do anything. Boolean error 2 you are saying.
Yeah.
Whatever value you get, you just display. You are not it is not having any customized error, right? See, if you say that it is not saying that you need, does it say that you need to enter the course value? See, this field is required is same.
Yeah.
So that the same thing will come up. If suppose it is saying something like course is not entered, enter course value means that time you need to customize that error again.
Okay.
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 So that all will be anyhow. I'm happy that you have this, but anyhow I'll be doing this when I'm doing the projects. But these are some ways of optimizing the code.
Yeah, what my question is,
Didn't
here
I answer
in
your
the
question?
yeah, you answered some point. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have another question.
Okay.
Here we have written that Boolean error to driver dot find element. We have find
Yeah.
only one element, right? So if we pass web element and element parameters, then what we will write here it will in Boolean error to what we'll write if we pass parameters.
So whatever you send a parameter here, that is a web element.
Yeah.
So this web element will come and sit here, and from here it will be taken into this, correct?
Yeah.
And then it will be saying whether the element is displayed or not.
Yeah.
If it is displayed, it will be throwing, and means remaining functionality will work fine, no problem.
Yeah. Here I'm asking about here in ID what we'll give. Here find element by dot ID.
Basically, this won't be done here. That is what this will be done here.
Okay.
You can't do that there. Since you're passing a web element, you need to send the web element. If you need to send the web element, you need to declare it here only.
Okay.
You declare it here, and then that time what we'll do is, since it is element dot is displayed. This is the element, right? So element dot is displayed. From there you'll be taking the value.
Okay.
So don't worry about these things now. Anyhow, it's a good question, but don't worry about these things now. Just understand how to operate on different types of objects.
Okay.
So I told you this. Why I told you this is only for this part. This else. Else is very important because now, as a higher management, they never see for what code you wrote. They will only see the report that you got. So many of the times we'll be having issues in how to we'll be directly going with the if part. If part we'll be doing it perfectly. Because if the object is there, then test case part will be same. But else part is also important because when the higher management see or when our managers or any of the people they see, they'll understand that, oh, this error text message was not displayed. So that is why we got error. But if you doesn't handle this else part, it will tell the test case failed. That's all. It won't be finding this object, and it will be failed, and you don't know the reason why it failed. Okay, so this is one of the thing that you need to learn. So basically, for every if, my strong recommendation is have an else for every if. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And one small assignment. 2 days are there. I just don't want to leave. One small assignment is, I don't know, some are not set up with the system also. Give 2 strings in string variable 1 and variable 2. Give some 2 values into 2 strings. Now they 2 should be different and put a if condition and verify that these 2 strings are not equal and come to me. Just verify that 2 strings are not equal and print the statement that these 2 strings are not equal. Okay. I'll just forget this. I'm just putting the same again. This is small assignment, okay? I want you to understand how you will be comparing two non-equal strings. So this is one of the important issue we'll be facing when dealing with strings in Selenium. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Actually, just work on the setups, please. If once you are done with the setups, then we can just I can at least say something to you. If you're not, I can't tell. Stopping the sharing, stopping the recording.